Yes, has said U.S. recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital would be the kiss of death for the two-state solution. Husam Zomlot is the chief Palestinian representative to the United States and a key advisor to Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. Ambassador, thank you for joining us on the programme. This vote in the United Nations today isn't legally binding, but what does it mean for Palestinians in the future?
It means the restoration of international law. This was not a win for Palestine. It was actually a win for internationalism, for multilateralism, for international legality, for international system. Otherwise, we would be in the rule of the jungle. And today, I think, was a clear day that the world has voted for its own resolutions on the status of Jerusalem, the whole issue of the Palestinian cause, international clearance, and very clear policy about it. The whole battle was a policy one. Since we started our action, since President Trump's announcement on Jerusalem, we focused on two things. First, upholding international consensus and international law, and second, restoring hopes for peace. And this brings me to your first question about the two-state solution. Today's vote was restoring hope in a meaningful, real two-state solution based on international legality, based on international law, and the UN Security Council resolutions that the U.S. itself has voted for over the years. So today, I believe we can move on and be much more hopeful about us, the Palestinians, actually cooperating with the international community towards a different future.
And Donald Trump himself has been in favour of a two-state solution. He says that that's still his priority, even after this policy move on Jerusalem. Let's just listen to what the president had to say earlier this month, and we'll talk off the back.
I intend to do everything in my power to help forge such an agreement. Without question, Jerusalem is one of the most sensitive issues in those talks. The United States would support a two-state solution if agreed to by both sides.
Husam Zomlot, I'm wondering then, why focus on today's UN decision and this resolution, and why not focus on the positives coming out from the United States saying that they still want a two-state solution?
No, that was nothing positive, allow me, Hannah, because first the U.S. president has unilaterally recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel in contradiction with the long-held U.S. policy, U.S. law, and international law, and in contradiction with the U.S. promises for us, the Palestinians and the rest of the world, upon the start of the peace process in 1991, that the U.S. will never recognize Jerusalem's control by Israel or annexation by Israel. And the issue here is that Israel has annexed East Jerusalem, that is occupied according to international law since 1967 and according to U.S. law. That's number one. Number two, the U.S. president did not say that the U.S. supports the two-state solution, which was the U.S. historic position. He said if, and once the word if is mentioned, then it's up to the two sides, practically giving Netanyahu a veto power. And this is exactly the whole deal, Hannah. The whole idea is Netanyahu and his cabinet, and this is public, not secret, are so against the two-state solution. They are ideologically have been declaring that they do not want to see a state of Palestine on the 1967 borders. And therefore, this whole thing was really unfortunate and has just played in the hands of the maximalists, on the hands of the Armageddonists, those who want to see a religious war rather than a political and legal conflict that could be actually resolved, and in the hands of the extremists all over. This has been a precious gift. That's why we needed to restore international legitimacy and legality today. That's why we needed to deliver a message from the world today that it is crucial that we keep the policy of the two-state solution, and we keep the policy not according to Israel's non-peace agenda, but according to the global consensus of Palestinian independence on the 1967, with East Jerusalem the capital of the state of Palestine.
Ambassador, I want to ask you about the U.S. tactics, Nikki Haley's tactics in particular, when it came to this vote. She said that she would be taking names. She sent letters. Some perceived those letters to be threatening, effectively blackmailing countries, saying that if you don't support us, then you'll have to pay the price on that. Do you think that helped or hindered your cause, the Palestinian cause, when it came to this vote?
It's very unfortunate. It does not help or hinder anybody. That approach has been totally rejected by the world today. We had, as you saw, we got an overwhelming majority of the world voting for the resolution, for the status of Jerusalem, against the Trump announcement, and therefore, evidently, it didn't work. But, you know, since the beginning of this whole crisis 2 weeks ago, our action has been solely, primarily focused on policy, focused on restoration of international legitimacy. We never targeted the U.S., by the way. It was the U.S. itself, a la what you have just quoted now by Ambassador Haley, who have made it a fight between the U.S. and Israel versus the rest of the world. And here what they read this morning on the forum of the General Assembly, that the rest of the world has delivered their verdict, that we stand with the legality, we stand with the Palestinian legitimate right, we stand with the status of Jerusalem, not recognizing Israel's control or annexation of it, that East Jerusalem is an occupied city, that it will be the capital of the state of Palestine in any future arrangements. And therefore, regrettably, I think today we have to all take a step back and look firmly at the international consensus and start the journey to implement it, not deviate from it as happened in the last 2 weeks.
Well, we appreciate your time on the program with us this evening. Husam Zomlot, thank you. Israel's UN